Is my baby doing gymnastics in there? Understanding your baby's position. Mother thought her baby was just being extra active at 36 weeks, until she discovered her little one was literally doing somersaults in there, and not in a good way. What she learned next changed everything about her birth plan. If you're pregnant and wondering, where exactly is my baby right now? You're not alone. Today, we're talking about the 4 main positions your baby can be in, and why one of them had Sarah rushing to the hospital at midnight. Hey, beautiful mama, and if you're here, you're probably in that stage of pregnancy where every kick, roll, and hiccup has you wondering, is my baby okay in there? Are they getting ready for their big debut? Or are they planning to stay cozy forever? Today, we're diving into something that sounds super technical, but is actually pretty amazing. Your baby's position. And I promise, by the end of this video, you'll feel so much more confident about what's happening inside your body. Setting the stage. Now, imagine your uterus is like a cozy little apartment. At first, your baby has the whole place to themselves. They can sleep on the couch, the bed, even upside down if they want. But as they grow bigger, there are really only 4 main ways they can get comfortable in there. And here's what's wild. The position they choose can completely change your birth experience. Some positions are like having a key that perfectly fits a lock. Others? Well, let's just say some babies didn't read the manual. Anterior position. Let's start with the golden child, the anterior position. This is like your baby being the perfect student who always follows directions. Picture this. Your baby is head down. Check. Their face is looking toward your back. Double check. Their chin is tucked nice and tight like they're getting ready to dive into a swimming pool. This position has a fancy name. Occiput anterior, but I like to call it the birth-ready position. About 95% of babies figure this out on their own. It's like they have a GPS that says, fastest route to the outside world. When your baby is in this position, labor tends to progress more smoothly because their head opens up your cervix like a gentle, natural key. You know what's amazing? If your baby is in this position, you'll probably feel their strongest kicks right under your ribs because their feet are pointing up toward your lungs. And that hard, round bump you feel? That's their perfect little head getting ready to meet you. If your baby is anterior, mama, take a deep breath. Your body and your baby are working together beautifully. Posterior position. Now, let's talk about the baby who likes to do things their own way, the posterior position. This is your little rebel who's head down but facing forward, like they want to see where they're going. If you've been having intense back pain during pregnancy, especially lower back pain that feels like someone's doing construction in your spine, your baby might be posterior. They call this sunny side up because if you could see your baby, they'd be looking up at the ceiling instead of down at the floor. Here's the real talk. About 15 to 30% of babies start labor in this position. But here's the beautiful thing about babies. Most of them figure it out during labor and flip around all by themselves. It's like they suddenly realize, oh wait, there's an easier way to do this. If your baby is posterior, you might experience what's called back labor. And honey, it's intense. But there are things you can do. Spending time on your hands and knees, sitting on a birthing ball, or even just leaning forward can encourage your baby to turn. Remember Sarah from the beginning? Her baby was posterior and she thought something was wrong. But with some position changes and a lot of patience, her little one turned during labor and she had a beautiful birth. Transverse position. Finally, let's talk about the baby who's decided to take a nap sideways. The transverse position. This is like your baby is lying across your belly horizontally, maybe using your ribs as a pillow. This one is pretty rare. Only about 1 in 500 babies settle into this position near the end. It's like they looked at all the exit options and said, you know what? I'm just going to stay horizontal, thanks. If your baby is transverse, your belly might look really wide rather than round. You might feel movement all across your sides, and finding the baby's head and bottom becomes like a game of hide and seek. Now, if your baby is still transverse close to your due date, your doctor will definitely want to talk about delivery options. A vaginal delivery isn't safe with a transverse baby, because imagine trying to fit through a doorway sideways. It just doesn't work. But here's the good news. Many transverse babies are just taking their time deciding. With some encouraging positions and sometimes medical help, many of them flip to head down before delivery. What you can do. So what can you do to encourage your baby into a good position? I'm so glad you asked. First, movement is your friend. Take walks, dance in your kitchen, and do prenatal yoga. Sitting on a birthing ball instead of the couch can work wonders. And here's a fun one. Swimming. The water can give your baby extra room to move around. Sleep positioning matters too. Try sleeping on your side with a pillow between your knees. Some mamas swear by sleeping slightly propped up to encourage their baby to settle head down. You might hear about things like acupuncture, chiropractic care, or even playing music low on your belly to encourage your baby to move toward the sound. While the research is mixed, many mamas find these helpful and they're generally safe when done by qualified practitioners. But remember, sometimes babies know something we don't. Your baby's position might be perfect for them, even if it's not what we expect. When to talk to your doctor. Let's talk about when to call your healthcare provider. If you notice a sudden change in your baby's movement patterns, if you're having intense back pain that's getting worse, or if you just feel like something's different, trust your instincts and call. Your doctor has lots of tools to figure out exactly how your baby is positioned. Ultrasounds can show the clearest picture, but experienced providers can often tell just by feeling your belly. Remember, your medical team is there to support you, not judge you. There are no silly questions when it comes to your baby's well-being. So, let's recap. Beautiful mama, your baby will likely settle into one of four main positions: anterior, posterior, breech, or transverse. Each position tells a story about your baby's journey and personality. Whatever position your baby chooses, remember this: you are not broken, you didn't do anything wrong, and your body is incredible. Sometimes babies need a little help finding their way, and that's perfectly normal. She learned that her posterior baby wasn't being difficult. They just needed a little extra time and some position changes. She had a beautiful birth, and you will too. If this video helped you feel more confident about your baby's position, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more real talk pregnancy content. And tell me in the comments, what position is your baby in, and what has your experience been like? Remember, mama, you've got this. Your baby's got this. And however your little one decides to make their entrance into the world, it's going to be perfect because it's yours.